Yes, boys, and we're back. It's the Ashmann's Road to Glory. Well, it's a break from the Road to Glory while we do the match day for the World Cup. I think we're on match day, is it cuatro? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. So what we're going to be doing on today's video is the second video that I've actually uploaded through the full World Cup. The first one was just introducing sort of the World Cup round 1 into round 2. This one's going to be more to do with round 3 and what I've done for round 4 and what I've predicted for sort of round 5. We're also going to talk about the World Cup in general, the players that we think are shining and the players that unfortunately are dying. Alright, okay, so if you are new to the channel, it'd be helpful if you could subscribe and help your boy out. We're on well over 100 subscribers now, en route to 1,000 subscribers. If you do want me to start bringing some videos out for you guys that are just joining the platform, because I am seeing it starting to boom off, especially with the Premier League license looming and everything else, which would be absolutely amazing. So yes, all you need to do is go to this link right here. You need to pop that in, sign up. The World Cup series is absolutely free. That's right, it's free of charge and you can win thousands of pounds. All you got to do is just enter 5 players, and every few days enter another few players, an extra few days, enter another few players for the next couple of weeks, and you could be making yourself some big rewards. But if you are new to it, all you need to do is sign up. You can use anyone's link. This is just my link here. Pop in, create, and then what you want to do before you do anything, because the players are as cheap as chips right now, this is the time to be starting if you'd like, is you can literally go straight into where I'm doing the football here. You can go into the market, manage your sales, buy yourself 5 players off the market, and you will get yourself a free one, and then I will get a free one as well. So it's a win-win chicken dinner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. That's what we're going for. Alright, so let's jump straight into it, boys. Where are we with the club? So we know that we're on over £3,000. We're bringing separate videos out about the actual club itself, but it was over 3E from when all the games start in the next couple of weeks. We will be well over 3E, so we're doing absolutely brilliant. We are stacked for all things coming forward. For the World Cup though, this is what I want to talk about. This is what the video is about. We'll get onto rewards and everything, but for the time being, I just want to quickly say how I think the predictors are going to go. So this is where it currently stands. We have Netherlands beating USA. I think they absolutely dominated it. It showed with the quality. Gakpo, absolutely brilliant. Dumfries, and obviously you can't take back like Daley Blind. Players like this, Daley Blind, what is he, 32, 33 something coming up. And he's just shining in it, you know, quality pays off, it always does, you know. So we've got these through Argentina. First half, I watched it, was absolutely, I watched both of them games. The Argentina game, the first 45 minutes was absolutely abysmal. No team wanted to win it, it was pretty tragic. The second half come out, and again, the quality, a bit of urgency, and the quality just shone through. And obviously, Lionel Messi, doing what he does, you know, he is a god after all, and the god amongst us mortals, the messiah of football. So he comes in, he was actually on about a 93, 94 or something, I think about 93 points, and then literally coming in just before the end of the match, he has a big chance missed, and it takes 5 points off him, so he actually finished on 88 with my accumulator. I come up with like 91 with him, so I'm very happy with that, you know. So how do I think these particular matches are going to go? It's a weird one. I think there's more competition down here, and there's an easier run of fixtures for either Brazil or Argentina to get through to the final. This is where I think the danger zone is. So when you want to be getting your new players, which we're going to talk about the draft picks, you really want to be smart in how are you going to do it. Are you going to bundle all your players into one team in case they reach a final and you get them extra percentages on, and follow that team through? Are you going to play your odds? I've done a bit of both, which I'll show you. Now, in terms of where I think this cup's going to go, I'm not going to go into the pick score on each specific one, it'll take too long. I'm just going to literally talk about who I think is going to go through. So we all know these anyway. To be fair, guys, I would have picked Netherlands and Argentina. I think most people in football would have. Now, this one here, Japan and Croatia, normally I would just say Croatia just because of the players that they have, the experience that they have, how they've gone through. But I'll tell you what I'm actually going to do here is I'm actually going to do a bit of an upset. And you guys may not agree, but just because Japan have beat Spain, have beat Germany, and no doubt can beat Croatia, they do have some danger players, and they are fast-paced, young. It's a hard one because you want to go with experience, but because there's been so many upsets, you just feel like there's going to be at least one more upset before this competition's finished. And if there is going to be an upset somewhere in the ranks, this is the team that's going to do it. So I'm going to put Japan to go through, and Korea I think are going to get an absolute pasting off Brazil, so this isn't even a competition. I think Korea were lucky enough to get through, just like Australia were lucky enough to get through, and to some extent USA played moderate, but Australia and Korea I think are completely out the depth here. So Japan and Brazil. Where I think we'll go here is England and Senegal. Senegal have got a quality team with like Koulibaly and some players, you know, some known players, but without like Mane and etc. and stuff playing, I think England have the best squad depth, and no doubt I really feel the boys, we've got goals in us, we don't leak too many goals and we score an awful lot, so I'm going to put us up here. France to beat Poland, I think again Poland are going to get smashed to pieces. I think Poland is going to sit back, and France, it's going to be hard to break down for 60 minutes. But once a couple of goal goes through, that's it. It's going to be Pandora's box opened well and truly for them. And Lewandowski, you are an amazing player, no doubt, but unfortunately you play for Poland, and as long as you play for Poland, you're never going to win a final. And that's just the luck with some guys. You know, you might get Moroccan players, might be incredible, but again, there could be, I say this, but this could be an upset. I talked about potential upset. Spain in the first week with that 7-0 thriller was incredible. We were like, yes, it's Spain. I was thinking, wow, okay, Spain have come out the tracks, Ferran Torres and the quality of players, Gavi and Pedro and all the little maestros. But I feel like there is a lot of young players there that are somewhere between that 25 to 20 years old with a young midfield and stuff. And yes, they do have Sergio Busquets and whatnot, and they do have some, experienced players, but there's also a lot of youth. Now, I think in 2 years from now, 4 years from now, this Spain team, if they, no injuries and they still pick up and get more experience, this could be a team that could go on to dominate. But I think for this particular tournament, if they do get through, as in like this round here, they're definitely not getting through, in my opinion, to the semi. I just think that Spain are quality, but I just feel like they don't have the right mixture, in my opinion. Alright, so, and I know you're going to say, what about the full backs? There's experience there. Jordi Alba's having the time of his life at the moment, and you're right, it's hard to say, because I could say that and then Spain will just thump Morocco. But again, I mean, I did an upset here with the Japan beating Croatia. Will I do another upset? And you know what I'm going to put on here? It is a hard one, honestly. Honestly, guys, this is a coin toss to me. It could literally go either way. I tell you what I'm going to do is, even though I think Ziyech and the right back Hakimi, even though down that right flank they are incredible, I think overall, I think Spain probably do actually. I think Spain can up it again. I think Morocco have been overachieving, but I think so I'm going to go Spain here. And Portugal, I just say thumping Switzerland. Switzerland they could be a banana skin, but I think, again, I'm going to go there. So these are the predicted lineups. In terms of this, I think Netherlands have played well. Again, I don't think there's too much in this, just because Netherlands have actually got a pretty good defence with the Hooper, the goalkeeper, and Van Dijk and Dumfries getting bashing forward. But again, you've got it. I think this is messes to be had. Again, each game he's been virtually pivotal to them, assisting, scoring, breaking lines, finding the right passes at the right time. The most experienced player. He's got to get through. Brazil. Yes, Japan might do enough to get here, but they're not going to break Brazil down. They've got an impeccable defence. players for fun that just go forward. I feel like this is a South American semi-final there. Here, I'm going to start. This is what I'm saying. This is difficult because with these ones, I do just see Argentina beat Netherlands. I do just see Brazil beating Japan. With this though, England v France, Spain v Portugal. So if you're stacking up players in these particular countries, and then you've got 3 or 4 pivotal players that play for France and Spain, or Portugal and France, or England, Spain, etc., and one of these get knocked out, you're losing a lot of your pivotal players instantly. So I feel like here, again, if I'm going sentimental, I back England. I think they have a squad depth. France have great squad depth as well, but with the likes of not having, the Pogba, the Kantés, and some experienced players, world-class players, and then not playing. But then they've got Rabiot and other players that have maybe stepped up the mark. It's a hard one, but again, I feel like it's hard because when you've got Theo Hernandez, and you've got people like Mbappe and Griezmann. Obviously, they don't have the striker there with Benzema, but they have got Giroud, and Giroud is is a game changer. He's one of them players. I'm still going to back England for this. Spain and Portugal. It's do you know what it is? Just because Portugal, it's a really hard one, isn't it? It's a really hard one. I feel like Spain, to a certain extent, have an older back line, and then a younger sort of midfield and strike force. I feel like Portugal, they've got sort of a younger defence, and then a slightly older midfield, and I feel like the young defence can have the pace to prevent the old. Oh man, it swings around. But then you've got Cristiano Ronaldo. Listen, it's Ronaldo's last tournament. You've got Bruno Fernandes, people like that. I'm gonna go Portugal. So this is how I see it. In here, it's a hard one. It's Neymar versus Argentina. I've heard that Neymar might be coming back, then he's out, but then he's had a magical recovery on his ankle. We're gonna find out when these games play anyway. But again, I'm gonna say Argentina for the win. Because I feel like that there's 2 maestros, 2 defences going against one another. They were like Argentina, and unfortunately, guys, this is where I have to say it's not coming on. I'm sorry, boys, but it's Portugal and Argentina in the final, and then there is only one winner. It's a hard one. It's a hard one, but we're gonna have to go with. I'm just thinking, you've got Bruno on set pieces. It's that Ronaldo versus Messi in it. But you know what, boys? It's Messi's World Cup to be had. This is how I feel. So if I'm thinking Argentina and Portugal getting through, if that's my personal opinion, depending obviously what happens, if there's freak accidents, people get knocked out, it will then change, which means then all my lineups will change. But as it stands right here, right now, this is how I see it. So the players that I want to be massively concentrating on are Argentina, Brazilian, because these might change. But I feel like most of these here, more or less, they're going to be there. So Argentina, Brazil, England and Portugal. Now when I go to my players for the upcoming, I just want to sort of show you in terms of where I'm at with it all, and then we'll get to rewards. I think the rewards, there was nothing major. I did okay, and much better than I've done the last few weeks, the last few game matches. But this is where I'm currently at with it. I'll go into the redraft. I'm not going to redraft because I'm happy with what I've got. But, in fact, actually, I'll come off this, I tell that, because I've already done the redraft, so I'll just come off this and show you who I've got. So what I've done is, I've had Jordan Pickford from the start. These are players that I've sort of inherited because I needed extra people, so I just put them in, but they'll never play. I've got Alisson Becker because I feel like Brazil will either make the final or they'll make the semi-final. So he's going to get at least 2 game matches, and I feel like he's an overall better. They have a better defence, and I just think they're overall a better team defensively than England, with Marquinhos and David Silva and Eder Militao and everything like that. So Alex Telles and etc. There's so many, and it's a gifted side. So I've gone. With him as the goalkeeper. Defence, I have gone Theo Hernandez. Why not? He scored 2 100s, he was rested. Everyone says he was injured in training, but then reports, even on what do you call it, Play Sharper. It shows the last 3 days back to back that he's going to play, and it's never changed at all. And then I checked on the Google, on Twitter or something, saying that he's most likely going to play as well. So really, I think everyone's saying he's going to play for the next game week, for this game week as well. The match is going out today at 3 o'clock. This is first thing on Sunday morning. So I've got Theo Hernandez there, Bruno, but obviously I've got Marquinhos, which I can rotate. So if France get knocked out, I've got Brazil, and vice versa. If Brazil get knocked out, I've got France. So I've got two really good teams here. We've got for midfield, Bruno Fernandes. Obviously, Germany got knocked out. RIP to these guys, because that was brutal. Obviously, we've got this match because they've got through. It's Netherlands versus Brazil. He doesn't play anyway, so it doesn't matter. And I've got Croatia, and that's if Croatia make it through after Japan. I'll have Mateo as sort of a backup player in case there's an injury or rotation or something. He starts every game. However, as you can see, and he can score up to 90, and he's probably averaging about 50 to 90, so let's say a 70-point average or something. Now, the real player though is Bruno, and obviously we can add to these players. He's started every game for me right from day dot. Messi, he'll never come out of lineup because he's so pivotal. He takes free kicks, set pieces, penalties, etc. So he's in there. Martinez has been a letdown. He's come on as a sub and didn't do anything for these matches. And then I've got Rodrigo again. Sometimes starts, comes on as a sub, as you can see here. You know, one decisive moment or just a good AA. An average player for his national side, for Real Madrid, impeccable, but for his national side is more of a rotationary player, gets taken off after 60 minutes. So again, Lionel Messi, and then obviously from extra I've got Mbappe for France again. So I've got some quality players coming up. For this game week though, I will show you what I've got currently and show you how I'm stacking up with my teams. So I've got for the World Cup, guys, I'm sitting 202,000 just for this game week. Bear in mind, I've got an 88 on Messi plus his extras, his percentages. So I'm actually sitting on a 91 for Messi. He's not even my captain. I actually took a gamble. First week I've not captain Messi. I've gone for Theo Hernandez. I think France will do the business. Bruno Fernandes, Marquinhos. I really feel like each one of these, Portugal, Argentina, France and Brazil, all have are all meant to be thumping and winning and getting through to the quarters. Every single one of these, and England, are meant to be winning to get through. So I've picked the 5 best teams with the 5 that I feel like can get a great AA of 70, 80 points. He's got 2 100s back to back. Even if he doesn't get a 100, he can get an assist or a goal. Good AA, so he's probably going to get another 80 points minimum. Bruno Fernandes takes penalties when sometimes Ronaldo are him penalty takers, the sort of flip. You've also got the fact that he takes free kicks, corners, you know, he drives, assists. I mean, he literally has the whole work ethic, and he's only 29, 28, 29, so he runs for days as well. Messi, obviously he's already come up and done the business, and he by scoring a goal as well, which, my boy. So I really feel like this is a team that I generally think could podium. I generally think that the only thing that might stop me is he's a new player. So because I've got 2 new players with no XP, they're just going to get the standard scores. I've only got 3 players with XP, and that could be the difference. But if all of these assist, the score, keep clean sheet, do what they've done on the best days during this World Cup, this is a 450 point team, which, you know, I'd be happy with 400 points. That would get me into the top, you know, a couple of thousand out of everybody. But I want that 4 to 450 is what I'm going for, and I feel like this is one of the strongest lineups that you can have on Sorare World Cup right now, this second, and the matchups are super favourable for them as well. So I'm super happy with this one. I've already got us off to a great start with 91, so, you know, I'm happy there. In terms of my rankings, just to let you know where I am, and I'll talk about leagues and stuff in a second. I've got Underdog, I've gone on here as well. All of these guys playing at home, and obviously this is the World Cup. Spain you expect to go through as well, and Carvalho's meant to be playing. So I've already started off with an 80 and a goal. He actually scored 2 goals, Oscar, so I'm actually really happy. But as I said, each one of these players are playing at home, and they're all bang on to do well. So again, I'm actually expecting with a captaincy as well. I wish I'd captained Oscar now, but it was too much of a risk. Does he score? Doesn't he? But I really feel, what is it this for the prize pool for underdog? Top 300. I'm already sitting on right now 728 just after one player. If all of these pop off, we even have good scores of 60 or so, around 50 to 60 each plus the captaincy, I think I could potentially hit top 300 and come out with a reward here. All-Star, I'm not going to get a reward. I got Kelly Acosta didn't actually play, excuse me. Goalkeeper won't play, he's just in there for no reason because I didn't have one. So, and I'm not going to get anything here, but it's just an extra lineup in it. In terms of private leagues, just so you guys know where I am, where I'm sitting with it all, I've got multiple leagues. If you guys know of any more leagues in the Discord or comments, just let me know and I'll join them. Just because I've got these, I'm sure there's way more leagues out there that are offering good prizes, but these are just the ones that I personally sort of follow and watch. So as you can see, the best ones I'm getting is 685 and 625. And then I've got Nepenthes here, 1582, John Ellis, 4,500, obviously Rios. But I feel like if my team actually hits that 450 points, somewhere in that region, I really feel this puts me in the top, top 200, top 300 here, top 200-300 here, under 1,000 here, half in that, and over 1,000. And then time we come to the end, I generally feel like it's a marathon. I've always said this. So I really feel like I could actually, especially in these two here, I really feel like I could get to the top 100 or top 50 or top 30. I just got to keep progressing. So that's where I am with everything, guys. In terms of the players that I've been winning, I can show you the past one and show you what I've done just for the last game week for you. So I've come out with 326 points, as you can see. Messi, Kimmich with a big 89 here. David Raum, which I've actually gone and bought, is limited now, as you can see in this one with his captaincy 102, so amazing. Martinez, I wish I put Marquinhos off because he got 50 odd points, which would have put me around about 15,000. In fact, probably about 13,000, so I would have been in the top 20,000, which meant I would have got a tier, not a tier 3, but like a national tier thing, one of the cards that you can use. I would have got like a tier 1 instead of a tier 2. So I would have got a better player to maybe put in my lineup, which meant I could have done it. But I just didn't know. Everyone said Marquinhos were going to be rotated. He was rotated, he didn't start. Then he went on in the second half. Martinez didn't start, and obviously he's lost his place to Alvarez now, only for the foreseeable future. He had that Messi set him up twice yesterday. I can't believe it. Set him up twice, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Messi did all the way dribbling past all the players, passed on 2 separate occasions, and Martinez 2 separate accounts. One didn't even hit it at the goalkeeper, just blasted it right over, and the second one straight at the goalkeeper. And Messi just looked at him like, mate, I've just done literally everything. I've dribbled past everyone for you. I've got you the ball. You've been given your chance, and he couldn't take it away. He takes one of them chances away, or both. Messi hits 100. Do you know what I mean? It's just madness. So Martinez, it's been a big disappointment in this World Cup. David Raum, a big one for me. And I feel like this is what you might see in the World Cup, guys, is that when you're actually thinking now post-World Cup and going back to the leagues, which I'm super excited that we're getting closer to that now window, because I've spent thousands of pounds on this game. I've got 150 players now, quality players, ready to rock and roll, and they're just sitting there week after week after week, so I'm just trading them. So I don't even want to sort of divulge and show you all my content, because I've got it all stacked ready to go, so I'm just sat here waiting. But I'm enjoying this. But I do want leagues to obviously come as well. But if you can't afford a Theo Hernandez because he's around £150, you could pay 50 quid and get a David Raum. Yes, he won't get as many decisives. He's probably not as good of a player or plays for as good of a team. But he's basically like if you imagine, say, like a star player, he's like the tier 1 player. So, and sometimes what you might find, guys, is that you might not be able to get, for example, it's hard to say a specific player, like if you can't afford him back there as a striker, but then you could get another striker that plays in a similar league like Europe or something like that, or he dominates, but he's, maybe half the price or a quarter the price. This World Cup is going to show you players like, for example, Rabiot is £70-80. I checked this morning, who plays for obviously his French national team. But I could pay 70, 80 quid, but I thought, who can I get who's maybe 30 or 40 pound? And the answer is, for 30, 40 pounds, you could get De Paul, who plays for the Argentina midfield. Does he score as consistent? Probably for his league, not as consistent, but he plays every minute, just like Rabiot. He probably is less of a rotationary risk than Rabiot. He does play for Argentina. He's going to get further anyway, and then he's only 28 as well. So I'm just giving you an example there. You know, they're playing similar roles, defensive and can bash forward. The controlled midfield, but one's half the price than the other. So just try and find the counterparts, and this World Cup is helping us find that out. You know. So in terms of the players that I've got, guys, you can see here, I'm going to show you a couple right now. These are all the new players that I'm going to take off the rare, just leave these, sorry, not take off the rare, just put these ones on. So you can, let's first of all just see my custom series. So I've won since I've started a Benjamin, Cabango, Christopher Wu, Matteo Guendouzi, which, you know, brilliant, but again, he rotates and he plays for, who's he, not Rennes, not Nantes, it's in the French league, I'm just trying to think of the name, I know he plays for, because I've got a midfielder who, can tell, I'm just trying to, hang on, who does he play for? That's really annoying me, that. I know he plays for, because I literally have, a couple of players, I know who it is anyway. He plays in that team anyway. That's really annoying. Marseille. Oh my god. Christian Pulisic, Chelsea forward, under 23s, under 23, under 23, under 23. Beautiful. I like these under 23 players. And then we've got the goalkeeper. So are any of these players, you can sell all these, but they're just custom series. I like it, you know, it's new in it. We go to the common, and let's have a quick look at my new players that I have here. So the players since I've gone on to the World Cup, we've got obviously Joshua Kimmich, Marquinhos, we've got Salah Al-Hadji now. So these two players I had to just put in my first draft pick. These two got me through. Jordan Pickford, Lionel Messi, already had these. This is a player that I think the extra player was it? I think it was an extra player. Daniel Smith, I think these are just from some common rewards. I'm just trying to think of players that play Everton rotationary. He doesn't actually start for Brazil. These are new ones, David Ram, Mateo Kovacic. Just another one that I've got for a normal common league. Rodrigo, rotationary. Bruno Fernandes, isn't he? Kylian Mbappe, Kenneth Taylor, Alisson Becker. I mean, this is the teams that I've currently got here. I'm kind of happy with them, I'll be honest with you. I did go ahead and buy a couple of new players because of the World Cup, so just players that I needed week in, week out. So some of these players you'll see over the coming weeks, guys. Steven Estupiñán, I went and got in. Paris Estupiñán when Costa thingy right at the Costa Rica was playing right at the start. No, it wasn't there, Costa Rica. Ecuador, I think it was, and Michael Estrada. So I've got these three players for the World Cup. I've got another one for the World Cup, and obviously teams that play throughout the World Cup, like Spanish second division, etc. So I've got 3, 4, 5. I've got David Ram just because I was so impressed with him in the World Cup. I got him 6. Another one because he was playing the World Cup 7. Alexandra 8, Carvajal 9. I got a rotationary player for PSG 10. And then, in fact, actually, since the World Cup, now looking at it, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, say 80 pounds, 120 pounds, 160 pounds, 170, 180, 190, 200, 240. It's about 250 pounds. I already got him previously, 9 days ago. So this is from the World Cup. So I've got 290, but let's round off and say 300. Wow, I didn't even think I've done that. Wow, that just shows you how much you spend money. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 players I've gone ahead and bought specifically just for teams that were playing throughout the World Cup and in the World Cup. 11 players, 300 quid. It is what it is. After the World Cup's finished, these players are still going to end up playing for their designated team, so I can still go ahead and rotate them and everything else. So it's just extra players in the club, isn't it? So it's not too bad. So that's where we really are with it all, guys. But I think the World Cup, though, talking about it, it's been disappointing in the essence that there's been upsets, which I suppose is the fun of a World Cup, but at the same time, you also want to see all the strong teams go through, so you can see the big players and the star players all play. The only time you ever see star players play is normally either Premier League or Champions League, but in the World Cup you get all the best for their teams. But then again, I've enjoyed the fact that like Morocco's surprise package and people like that, America have managed to get through to, obviously were knocked out. So there has been some surprises, which is kind of to see in it. But as I say, guys, the ones that I'm particularly thinking about going for my redraft is I wanted a goalkeeper, because I just don't think that goalkeeper-wise my goalkeeper. Jordan Pickford was going to, either make it to the final, and he generally hasn't had, he's had 2 clean sheets, not because he's pulled off miraculous save. His AA has been tragic. He's not had much to do, which I suppose is down to the defence. You also want a goalkeeper that could make it, I think, at this stage, not just like AA, like what Nopet's been doing. He's had incredible AA scores and some clean sheets. I think at this stage you need to be thinking about goalkeepers that are going to get you through. Whether they keep clean sheets or not, you need goalkeepers that are going to get you through to a semi or a final. I think Becker or Martinez is there. Becker is the much better goalkeeper in my opinion, obviously, but Argentina is one of these teams that are going to make it to the final at the top end of the World Cup sort of knockout stages there. So I've gone for Alisson. I could change this. I need another striker because I had Martinez. He doesn't really play. He doesn't play rotationary. I only have Messi, and again, if Messi doesn't go through, I need another one. Now you're probably thinking, well, why are you going for a Brazilian then? Because you've just said Brazil aren't going to make it. Because either Portugal or France, these people could. Spain, one of these could make it to a final. England could even. So the bottom's so risky, you just don't know what you're going to go for. Again, I've gone for Kylian Mbappe just because whether he makes a semi or he makes it to the final, it's Kylian Mbappe, and he has the ability to be a game changer, and he is like the new guy in it after Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar. Messi is like the number 1 now in the world and stuff. So I feel like I've gone for it there. I could easily change that and go for someone like a Griezmann. He's less points, and I could go ahead and upgrade another aspect, maybe a better midfielder. So this could be changed, but I've got Mbappe here. Again, for a midfielder, I've gone for Kenneth Taylor just because I needed 5 points. I'm already stacked with defenders with a Brazilian Marquinhos, and I've also got my left back with Theo Hernandez. So I'm stacked with defenders for the time being. Midfielders, I've gone here, but again, if I wanted to change this to, he plays but probably won't make it through to a semi or final, so he'll be knocked out. Portugal could, so I really need another midfielder. So I could change him, Kylian Mbappe, to maybe a Griezmann or somebody else that's 18 to points, get an extra 2 or 3 points here, which if I was to think 8 plus another 2 or 3, so let's say 10 or 11 points. For 10 or 11 points, I could go from a player like Kenneth Taylor that's probably will be knocked out by Argentina, most likely. So then you think, well, 10 or 11 points, what will that get me? 10, 11 points gets me, 11 points gets me any of these guys here, probably Gomez, again for Argentina, building up that stack. Except for that, that's basically it. I think if I had 11 points right now, I would just go for him there. I'd just go for the Papa. If I had 12 points and I was able to get maybe an 18-point player and go for, I think 18, so I'd be able to get 12 points, it was 18 points, won it for I think Griezmann or something. So let's say 12 points here, I probably could go ahead and I'd probably be thinking about, for 12 points, you're probably thinking Rodriguez, Ziyech, only if he got through, his points might change. Dani Olmo for Spain, Dani Olmo, if Ziyech magically got through, or if Argentina, obviously, it's hard to say, but yeah, I think I might change, but right now I feel like I wanted to prioritise a good goalkeeper to upgrade what I've got, which Becker will do. I needed someone to jointly go against So to vie for Messi's position. So I feel like these are the two that I'm happy with. So that's where I basically am with it all, guys. So I hope you guys are enjoying the World Cup. I hope you guys are doing extremely well. And as I say to you, if you do want to get part of this, all you need to do is, it's free of charge. There is multiple leagues. You can see the private leagues right here. You can go onto any of these yourself and join them at any stage with other people. So yes, that's where we are with it, guys. I wish you all the best, I really do. And don't forget to like, subscribe, give me all your hit-ups. We've got so much content coming straight after the post-World Cup, straight after the Christmas, going into the New Year period. Celebrate 1 year, it'll be in January, 1 year that I've been on the platform. We're going to celebrate, we'll have a giveaway to celebrate my 1 year here, so somebody will get a giveaway card. Not a problem at all. In fact, I'll do a couple of giveaways, one from when I said I was going to do one, and one for the January. So I'll have a couple of giveaways in January for you guys. All we need, and I ask, is if you can like, share, subscribe, maybe leave a comment. The Discord will be at the bottom, all the links. Check out some of my previous videos. You'll see where I started with 0, free to play, and got some basic squads for 50 quid, 100 quid, went up to £500, £800, £1,000. And nearly 12 months in now, 11 months in, and now I put, maybe about £5,000–6,000 into this game at the moment. So we're really trying to build everything. So really hit me up, guys. Much love from me to you. Peace out, your boy.